What's up, guys? It's good to see you. It feels like a long time since last we spoke. Hopefully, you guys are following along with the series of documented videos of my personal experience and commentary of the 4% challenge. Today is day 8. We're going to be talking about the 4% challenge review, daily dose day 8. Each day I actually like, this is like besides my goal, which is, I guess this does align with my goal specifically, but besides my goal, this is like one of the first things I think about going to sleep and waking up, and I'm actually carving out time in my busy schedule to make sure that I go through each daily dose and that I actually have time to reflect upon it, do the activities, and then document it for you guys. So I hope that you appreciate it. It's a great draw. I have great anticipation about everything that's happening thus far. So without further ado, let's get this puppy cracking. Let's get to session number 8. All right. Yeah. So today is my May 1st. So happy May 1st to all you. Happy birthdays to anybody who were born today. I don't know why I said that, but because I haven't said that all this other time, but I guess somebody's birthday is today is checking us out, and I want to wish you happy birthday. So that's how that works. I'm just flowing at another level that I didn't even know I was at. So boom, there it is. All right, so let's open up this bad boy and digest it. This video shouldn't be very long. It's gonna be short and sweet and to the point. Okay, so here, as I think I mentioned in video 7, how Vic talked about how these opening video sessions, training sessions, are going to be smaller. It's going to be he's going to drop a $1 million idea that you should like really meditate on, think about throughout the day, and impregnate it into your subconscious mind, basically, for that day, and continue to reflect on it, because ideas are, you only need one idea to be a millionaire or to manifest greatness and abundance. So these things are very valuable, and he basically just goes into it. He reviews about what we dealt with yesterday. I know how last session I talked about was connecting dots. It's like connecting dots part 1, because we connect the dots of the plan, but today we're actually connecting all of our tools that we got to be effective marketers, business owners, entrepreneurs. The 3 essential tools that we got yesterday: the Click Magic, Click Funnels, and Click Funnels, and what did we get? I can't remember, but I know what to go to because it's right here. No, it's not actually. Click Magic, Click Funnels, and there are 3 tools. Or your autoresponder, Get Response. I use Aweber. I've been using Get Response, but I'm transitioning over to Aweber, and I want to get a different. I just want to, a basic split test, and I'm sending traffic to both. I'm sending responses to both my Get Response and Aweber account, and I'm trying to see which one that does the best. I learned a lot of things I've learned from as I was growing. I did some things that were probably not that I didn't know about. Like in Get Response, I think some of my IPs, Vic talked about it before, if you're not getting your emails open, then it's like you don't really have a list and you can't serve it. So, but if there's some things you can do to tweak it to make sure that your emails get through. So I'm actually testing that out with a new auto email responder, which is Aweber. So that being said, that's why I had a hard time remembering. Yeah, Click Funnels, Get Response, and either or. You don't need both unless you want to, but one of your autoresponders. Okay, so we're actually connecting all those together, and it's going to be very, very fabulous. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Let me see. I think that's basically it that we're talking about here. Yeah, he's just being more encouraging right there. And this, he spends the time for, the routine, The first subsection, directions and goals. You know, you got to make sure that you're really consciously. I bring up my paper because I put some other emotional, physical things that allow me to dig deeper with my emotional state. But I do have my card right here in my pocket. If I can get it in my pocket. There we go. Booyah! All right. Yep. Got it. So after I shoot this video, actually, I'm going to spend some more time with my goal here. Last night, I thought about it and I reflected upon it, but I was really tired, so I didn't do as long as I wanted to. But the fact that I did it, I know it made an impression. It impressed upon my subconscious. But I really want to constantly leave a more longer impression. I did do some of it today already because it's in the afternoon right now, like 3 o'clock my time. So that is, do it at least when you wake up and when you go to bed, like with the real big time emotional impact, but also as many times as you can. Many times you touch your card, feel it, write it out if you want to. One of my mentors, Bob Proctor, he says, you know, write your goal out 100 times a day, whatever it takes for you to get it into your subconscious mind. You need to just do it and be happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Because as quickly as it can get there, it will start producing. Circumstances and conditions will begin to move on your behalf, and then you'll wake up and you'll say, wait a minute, I have my goal. How did this happen? And it's like, well, you connect the dots by looking back. You never really connect the dots looking forward. You aim high, you get awareness of that frequency. You transport yourself there with your imagination. You live there with your will. You fuse with it so you can stay there longer, and then all of a sudden, in the fullness of time, you have that which you wanted, and then you're like, okay, let's go higher. Let's do something else. You know, rinse, wash, and repeat. All right, so that's cool. And then we have he calls this now the automatic success conditioning, which is, boom, the strangest secret in the world. Like, I hope you guys have been checking it out. I actually want to, hear how you guys have been dealing with it. Some kind of aha moments you've been feeling. I've been getting them. Like I said, I always definitely do it 2 or 3 times when I'm at the gym. Today was leg day. I was there at the gym working it out, and I got in about 3 times today already. And once again, I'm gonna do one more tonight. But my main focus is to really hone in on my goal and the feelings of my goal tonight. So make sure you deal with that. Okay, now this is section 3. I mentioned this in the previous video. Session 3 is now going to be called the Marketing Genius Activator, which basically, like, he gives is going to be similar to the opening video where he gives you $1 million idea. Well, and the Marketing Genius Activator, he's going to give you $1 million marketing idea that you can use, implement, and blow up, and have that puppy blow kaboom, and it rains down dollar bills, $100 bills, if you would. All right, let's see. Oh, I'm not going to tell you everything or how he breaks down, but the one marketing idea he gives you on this one is how to pick a product. This is very good. It's like 5 criteria that he uses no matter what. If you're going to promote it, it's like these 5 things have to be met, precept upon precept, and if they're met, then it's a go. If they're not, then it probably not really worth your time to really get emotionally involved with it. Those of you who are promotional partners, our product that we pick for the challenge is the 4% challenge. But those of you who are not taking the challenge, he gives you, and even still, because as far as being true independent, you really want to know what is the secret sauce behind the selection process. But if you're not taking the challenge, then he shows you these 5 steps or 5 components that I agree that we deem necessary to really be effective in marketing that product. So this is very valuable information right here. And then this is where we connect all the dots. So here, now I don't know if it's just me. I may be a geek, and that's fine. But I love when Vic goes onto the whiteboard and he well, I guess it's because I'm an artist too. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, I love when he goes to the board and he starts flow charting and navigating and mapping out all the how the strategic plan is going to be, because I'm a visual learner. So when I see the big picture and I see how everything's supposed to operate, then I like it. First of all, it gets me more excited, but it makes it tangible. It makes me it connects with me, saying, okay, I know how to do this. Just follow the chart, complete the diagram. It's like painting my numbers, if you would. Just make sure you're doing every step of the flow chart, and then boom, the system will produce. Doesn't matter whom sets it up. If it's set up correctly, the system, that's what it does. That's what McDonald's does. It's not because McDonald's is so great and have so much great customer service. McDonald's is the number one owner of real estate across the world, and B, he's created Ray Kroc. He's created a system in place that 15-year-olds can run the store, basically effectively producing over 1 billion served hamburgers and whatnot. So it's not even about their product. Is really, you think their product is the burger? It's really not. It's the system. It's real estate and systems. All right, so you can see. Let me show. Let me show you. See, he's letting that out there. See, I love seeing all that stuff. I don't know. I may have to zoom in for y'all so y'all can see it. But that's strategic setup. It's like the overview about what we're about to get into right now. So this is also why I'm excited, because we're doing it now. We got our invisible game strategy, strategery on, where we're dealing with our goals. We're tapping to the laws of the universe. We're impressing upon our subconscious. We're eagerly anticipating, flowing with the law. We're activating and coming in agreement with the law of demand. We're expectancy is the breeding ground of all things. So if you don't expect a thing, you definitely not gonna get a thing. Because I've learned and found out that not only do we get what we looking for, we tend to find what we're looking for, but it is that all of that lives in an environment of expectancy. You see what I'm saying? So when you expect this, then yeah, it's like, okay, boom, there it is. See, your belief in the thing creates the fact, which is the opposite of how we are trained in this physical lower nature, where we look at the fact and then we believe it. But when you're dealing with spirit, which, like I said before, everything is created twice, first in the mind, then in the physical realm. How it's created in the mind is by belief in that thing, and then that belief impressed upon your subconscious, right? Impressed upon your subconscious mind, then begins to change, correspond with the universe and everything in the world to make circumstances and conditions conform to your belief. And then in this lower nature, the second time, it becomes a fact. Okay. You dig what I'm saying? So I like saying this stuff, and we actually, boom, things are happening now. Like, so after you do this strategic setup, we breaks down these more subsets about, now it's time to brand you. So you really want to take some time, and he gets into it. So I don't want to say too, like, be repetitive, but this is the time that you need to think about who it is that you want to be as you contribute to the marketplace. So for me, it's David Pulver Speaks. It's my blog, it's my website, it's my YouTube channel, and it's branding me and everything I bring to the table, but it doesn't pigeonhole me to one particular product, because I can speak about many products. I can speak about personal development. I can speak about manifestation of your goals, dreams. I can speak about whatever's on my mind. I can rant and rave about whatever. So it's wide open, So I chose that for a reason. I did research, and I was like, yeah, let's do this. So my brand is me, and what you'll begin to realize that people don't really care about the company. They don't care about products. They care about the individual. You are your brand. So you need to make sure that you hone in on your brand. Think about your brand. Think about what you want to be called. And think about futurely, like in the future, is this something that I can mold and turn into a company down the line? You see what I'm saying? So all these things are at your disposal. Like, case in point. So I spoke about Robert Kiyosaki. He was like one of my first financial mentors. He had a rich dad and a poor dad. I don't know if you read the books, but you need to get Rich Dad Poor Dad. Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's like 12. I lost count. I think there was a point where there was 12 Rich Dad books in this series. I'm sure there's more. It's probably almost 20 now, because some of his advisors will write books and this, that, and the other. Um, at the bare minimum, I would say read the first three: Rich Dad, Poor Dad, um, Rich Dad. The second one is the Cash Flow Quadrant, and the third one is Rich Dad Guide to Investing. Um, and if you can't do anything, just get the first one. But so he grew up basically in Hawaii, and at that time he had an opportunity to. For those you do not know, and if you do know, then just sit back and enjoy. He had opportunity to grow up with his biological dad and his best friend's dad, which he at the time his rich dad was his friend's dad, who was actually physically kind of poor in the sense that he was self-taught. He dropped out of school. He he was setting up MSIs with real estate, with companies and this and that. So MSIs can be anything. It doesn't have to be how we have it set up here. His poor dad, actually his rich dad was an investor, one of the largest investors in Hawaii even today. So he heard how his rich dad talked and how they trained their kids and how they talked about money. But then he had his biological dad, who he calls his poor dad, who was actually monetarily rich at the time, more rich than the poor dad, but he was like, he maxed out his education. He was the head of the school board of the public education of Hawaii, and didn't have any financial literacy whatsoever. And so he got information about how he knew how like the poor, the poor actually talked about money and how they lived their lives and what paradigms they lived by. So he got the ability to hear both dads speak. And what happened was, all of a sudden, the rich dad investments started to take off and become fruition. And they grew, and it really it became even more richer. And the reason why his poor dad was called poor, because his dad didn't have any financial literacy. He was dependent upon the school board, and actually he ran for lieutenant governor and lost, and then was basically blackballed and didn't have a job anymore. So he had to try to function in a world that he knew not of. So that's the overall theme of it. But my point is this: so he took the lessons that he learned from both dads, and he applied it to himself. But then he created this educational platform called the Rich Dad Poor Dad Company, which has the Rich Dad Poor Dad series, which has this board game called the Cash Flow game. Which all these things I bought, I went through. Me and my other two boys, my partners, we used to play Cash Flow, the board game, every week. We would not only do it, whatever we did in the game, we would actually do in real life. And it's so powerful how what you do with that game, it mirrors your real life experience. And then if you want really to learn how to play in the in the money game in real life, buy the board game, invest in the board game, and do the same thing, because it's so powerful. It's a board game, and then there's actually a DVD where you can do the video games, and then there's another. Have not been tied into exactly all that they've been doing in the past couple of years, but it's an amazing company. But I said all that to say, this is a brand. He chose a brand based upon his own life experiences and how it basically got him out the rat race. And that's the whole goal, is to get out the rat race. Getting residual income. So you officially, according to Rich Dad, and I agree, you're officially out the rat race when, first of all, when you know what assets and liabilities are, but when you acquire and invest in assets that feeds you continuously, residually, like MSIs, that feeds you continually, and the money generated from your assets actually supersedes your expenses, at least by $1. So if you have let's just say you have $500 in debt or expenses for every month, and you buy or you invest in a course or something, let's say whatever, you invest in internet traffic mastery, and that course is producing, let's say, $600 a month. At that moment, you're officially out the rat race, because the educational, the training, the knowledge that you gather from the internet traffic mastery is producing now an asset that is more than your expenses. So what happens is that, and this is why you should really understand what assets and liabilities are. Not only do you invest into an asset class, that asset class will not only take care of the expenses, it will pay off that expense, you still, so you don't have it anymore, yet you still have this asset class. Now it's growing your worth. It's now you have more money to do whatever with that you want to do with. So that's the power of assets and liabilities. Now, I didn't really want to talk about all that. I actually did a video training, investing 101. If you not have seen it, maybe you want to check it out on my channel. Definitely, it was need to be said. So I don't take for granted anything that I say when I make these videos, because somebody needs to hear it, and that's why I'm saying it. All right, so but you guys need to understand, no matter what you're doing, this is a part of your acumen of an entrepreneur. You know, you gotta become financial literate so that you can understand how to move and play the money game and be successful. All right, so cool. So we walked you through how to get a personal domain. We have GoDaddy or Namecheap. I have both, but I've pretty much transitioned away from GoDaddy. I use Namecheap mostly now, more than anything. And also, I think our MSIs are tied into Namecheap. It used to be, I think there was a GoDaddy one, but it's not anymore. I know Namecheap is definitely a part of our MSI platform. So if I had to choose which one, I would say go do Namecheap and have your peoples and your tribe do Namecheap as well. So he talks about that branding purpose, personal branding, your domain. And then he shows you how to easily tells you how to set up an email for your personal domain, which is powerful because it tells, it's a couple reasons. It tells the world that you're serious. It tells the world that you invested any kind of way into your personal domain, and you have an email account that's not free, you know, so that it just puts you above the game. It makes you stick out. Also, the different autoresponders that you use, I think there's some kind of new bylaw or something. There's some kind of written thing that I remember happened about, I guess maybe 6 months or a year from today, where if you use like a free Gmail account to set up your autoresponder, it goes directly to your spam folder, to the recipient spam folder, or it doesn't even go through at all. So, you know, that's a big no-no. What's the point of having it if they don't get to your people's inbox? Okay, so definitely want to get your brand email. So it could be whatever you that front half, it'd be either support, contact, your name at yourbrand.com, and for your branding you want to get a .com, you know, if possible, you know, but you know, go what you want to do. There's many suffixes that you can get now for email addresses. I mean, for domains now. So that's what this section is all about. Then boom. All right, right here, setting up your marketing funnel. This is this subset of 3 is only for promotional partners, because this is where with your Click Magic account, we have a way to let me pull. I can actually pull it up. Well, you know, you click here, and it will bring you to. I think you need to be. Okay, it goes to the challenge funnel setup. So this is how you will set everything up. There's video tutorials about how to do that and how to connect it to your autoresponder. See, told you. Aweber told you. Your promo links and your promo tools. So that's stuff. And then, like I said, if you're not running with the challenge, then you don't need to do all that. And I think there's. Yeah, once that's set up, then you want to test your funnel out. Make sure that each link that you test with it is registering in ClickMagick, and that it goes into your email account, and that, you know, you want to make sure that everything that your prospect, your new lead is coming through, that there's no glitch, that there's no user error on your end or error on the back end of the company's tools that we're using. So, and make sure, so you definitely want to test your funnel before you start sending traffic, sending people, paying for people, paying for ads, or generating organic traffic. You don't want to. You have one chance to make an impression, and I say a good impression, but just any impression, and you want to make sure that that one time that they come, that they're wild, that they're you know, delighted, that they're getting more than they thought they were getting. So that's why you need to test your funnels. Okay, so do that, And then you in the 5th section, which is the completion section, you mark that bad boy complete. And those of you who are pro and pro life, pro is $49 a month. Pro life is that $4.97 one time forever ever. Then you'll immediately get access to the next session right away, which is cool. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you. Hope that you got some out of this. Hope it's been encouraging. Hope it'll open some ideas about how the challenge is unfolding, how we getting closer and closer to really we're building something great. You know, we dealt with the invisible. Now we're setting up systems. We're connecting the systems. We're just getting ready to make this thing happen. It's like building a house. You know, you dig deep to make sure you get your piling planks, and then you put the concrete in, make sure it's stable, and you run and put your walls up, your slabs and all that stuff. I mean, before you know, you're gonna have a beautiful house or an estate, a bigger house. All right, cool, guys. So I'm gonna check out session 9, which I have not yet. I looked at it, I previewed it, but I didn't really go through it, and I'll be shooting that video commentary and review shortly for tomorrow. I appreciate you. I thank you for taking time to check this out, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Remember that abundance is your birthright.